So, I don't have any fan theories or anything. Well, at least not today. I do have a versus idea that I've kind of have wanted to have for a long while. I think a very interesting, fight would be down to Quasimodo from The Hunchback of Notre Dame versus Igor, the the one who works for, you know, Frankenstein, the assistant to Dr. Victor von Frankenstein. And then I've always wanted to see another versus idea I have is both of them are the same person or creature, and I think it wouldn't be too much of a fight, but I think it'd be kind of interesting, at least to see them at least in the same area. Mr. Hyde from Van Helsing, the movie, versus Mr. Hyde from the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. So the only problem is the Extraordinary Gentleman. I think he would be significantly stronger and more resistant to damage versus the Mr. Hyde, the other Mr. Hyde from Van Helsing. Although I think the fight alone would be kind of interesting because they're both the same person. So it's that whole parallel dimensional, parallel time, I think it'd be kind of interesting because they're from slightly different timelines, because the one in Van Helsing is in I can't remember what year, but and then, but I still think it'd be very interesting if the Van Helsing Mr. Hyde versus the Mr. Hyde, Dr. Jekyll Mr. Hyde from the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen would be kind of an interesting fight. That's all I really have today. I'm sorry if the camera's a bit shaky or I don't sound very well. The weird, unusual, funny thing is, in real life, I sound way better than I do on camera. It's so weird. Well, that's pretty much all. Have a good one, I guess.